We begin the hour, though, with a defining test for a struggling president and his anxious party. The pieces are complicated. The stakes, though, quite simple. Strike a deal in 24 to 36 hours or watch the ambitious Democratic agenda on childcare, community college, climate change, health care, infrastructure, and more implode. The president scrapped a planned trip to Chicago to stay here in Washington to keep negotiating with two centrist senators who say House liberals want the government to spend and do too much. A key ally, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, is trying to buy the president some time and some space. Quote, "Don't be mad at the president, be mad at me." That's what she told frustrated liberals this morning. So we wait as key players get more White House attention and as the clock now ticks toward a Thursday House vote on what should be a slam dunk, an infrastructure plan that has already passed the Senate. It would fix roads and bridges, and it would create thousands of jobs. But liberals say they will vote no, and they will tank it if the president fails to get the bigger deal done. Let's get straight up to our chief congressional correspondent, Manu Raju, up on Capitol Hill. Manu, this is a huge day of consequence for the president and his party.
Yeah, and the question is what happens from here up until tomorrow, and we just do not have clear answers as of yet. There is still a major dilemma facing Speaker Nancy Pelosi as well as Joe Biden, is exactly how to assuage progressives who are threatening to sink that infrastructure bill tomorrow if they do not see assurances or see the larger bill to expand the social safety net moving further along in the legislative process. There are still negotiations that are ongoing, including at this moment, negotiations with Kyrsten Sinema, that key Democratic senator, meeting with White House officials in her office to try to see a way forward. Now, what Nancy Pelosi made clear this morning is that she believes there needs to be actual agreement on legislative language, bill text of that larger bill signed off on by the president before Thursday. But as you can see here, that is an incredibly high hurdle as key moderates like Joe Manchin hold out.
So I think that if we come to a place where we have agreement in legislative language, not just principle, in legislative language, that the president supports, has to meet his standard, because that's what we are supporting, then I think we will come together.
She said that they need by tomorrow legislative language agreed to. That means
that won't happen.
So he said that won't happen, getting a deal on legislative language by tomorrow. But that is exactly what the progressives want. They want an agreement on that larger bill that Manchin will sign off on, that Sinema will sign off on, and that the White House will sign off on. And Pelosi herself told me earlier today that she will not move forward on that larger bill in the House unless there's an agreement with the Senate. But Manchin also made this very important point to me, John. He said, all we need to do is pass a bipartisan infrastructure bill, sit down, and start negotiating in good faith. But the problem is the progressives want the inverse process. They want that bipartisan bill to be stalled, and then they want to have that other larger bill move forward first. So, John, unclear how this goes. At the moment, that vote is scheduled for tomorrow, but it could always be delayed.
At the moment, and what you highlight there, a trust deficit within the Democratic family. We will watch as this big day plays out. Manu, appreciate the live kickoff from Capitol Hill with me in studio now to share their reporting and their insights. CNN Chief National Affairs Analyst Casey Hunt, Jackie Kucinich of the Daily Beast, and Tia Mitchell of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. This is on the president now. He is negotiating personally. He has his staff going up today to see Senator Sinema again. She was at the White House, I think, 3 times yesterday. So the options are simply get a deal today, watch your agenda implode tomorrow, or somehow convince everybody to take a timeout. But the progressives say they were made a promise.
And the reality is, John, they don't have endless amounts of time, especially considering that they have to deal with funding the government. And then there's the issue of the debt ceiling, which Mitch McConnell is really using to try and put the screws to Democrats. So I think the big question here is, what does Kyrsten Sinema want? There is growing frustration, I think, with what many progressives perceive to be her refusal to say what she wants and to leave them in this position. The other thing, though, I will say on the progressive side, it seems very unrealistic to me. Usually in these scenarios, writing legislative language happens literally minutes before a final bill is passed. Yeah. So that seems like a bit of a stretch as a possibility.
Well, that's a fascinating point you make, because let's watch if that definition changes over the next 24 hours. It was they needed a reconciliation bill, the legislation written, everybody could read it. Then it was maybe a framework. Now people are saying maybe a deal. So let's watch. That could be the wiggle room there. But you mentioned Senator Sinema 3 times at the White House yesterday. Again, Biden aides are going up to Capitol Hill, coming to her turf to negotiate more with her today. And what I was told is they're going through, what do you want in the bill? And then add it up. How much does it cost? Are you comfortable with that? No? Then what are we going to cut? They're going back and forth. You mentioned the distrust. Mano just mentioned the distrust. This is Ro Khanna, a key member of the Progressives, saying, why is one senator getting to hold up everything?
Not progressives versus moderates. This is the entire Democratic Party and Joe Biden versus Kristen Sinema. I have no idea what she wants. I don't think her colleagues know what she wants. I don't think the president knows what she wants. I don't think House moderates knows what she wants. We've said, let's get in a room. Let's negotiate. Let's come up with a deal. And I just don't understand it.
And the Senate.
Well, it's Washington, dysfunction. No one's ever done anything this big. But in the case of Senator Sinema, she has a pretty clear plan. She thinks she can get a better deal negotiating directly with the president in the White House than if she gets in a room with all of the House progressives, because then you're horse trading. You give me this, I'll give you that, and you ultimately you just compromise. The more people in the room, the more compromises. She thinks she gets a better deal this way.
Yeah, it seems like it's clear that what Senator Sinema wants that we can see is control. You know, we don't necessarily know what policy we want, but I think it's pretty clear that she wants control. She wants to be on the front line. She wants to be a key player. And she wants to be able to say, to your point, I'm the one who went to the White House and got something done. And what I got done is what got passed. But again, I think the question is, what is she putting in the bill? What is she taking out? And she's not really being transparent about that thus far.
The transparency part is key in the sense that White House officials say behind the scenes they're making progress with her. They say they are. We will see if they get there. They're setting the staff up again today, so that would at least give the evidence that they think it's worth continuing the conversations. You heard Ro Khanna, one of the progressives, saying, we have no clue. It's hard to negotiate when you don't know what the other side is asking for. This is Josh Gottenheimer, who's one of the more centrist, the problem solvers, they call them in the House, saying, don't worry, everything's okay.
Everyone is working around the clock, including Senator Sinema, on getting it done. And she was at the White House yesterday. Obviously, I wasn't in that meeting. And all I know is that great progress was made, and we're going to keep working today.
I mean, again, if the president can negotiate this, doing it this way, that's an amazing achievement for him. Everyone else in the party, or at least most everyone else in the party, is pretty raw because they think they're operating blind.
Because they are operating blind. I mean, but you know, Congressman Gottheimer they were also made a promise, right? Which is a vote on this infrastructure bill on Thursday. You know, as Manu said, it can always be moved back. But yeah, there isn't a lot of trust, and you have to assume that progressives are going to fall in line once they do settle on not only what Senator Sinema's number is, but what still remains, what kind of deal she's made. Are there going to be red lines with the Bernie Sanders set that have been taken out? We just don't know the answer to that. But one thing, progressives have made it clear they do not want to lose their leverage. Right. And they think if they vote on the bipartisan infrastructure bill, that leverage is gone.
And that's the point Congressman Jayapal made in this tweet yesterday. It's not the infrastructure bill, then maybe the Build Back Better package down the road. That wasn't the deal. Progressives won't back down. We're fighting for the people's fight, and we're going to deliver the entire Build Back Better agenda. Now, they simply don't trust that if they vote for the infrastructure bill, that Sinema and Manchin and others won't just walk away and say, forget about it. We're not going to spend that money. We don't want to do all the things. We don't want the government to do all the things you want the government to do. They think if they don't get this now, they don't get it at all.
Right, because the reality is, I mean, look what is happening. These two senators, Manchin and Sinema, they are at the White House. They are saying, okay, there's a place we can get where we will vote for this. They need every single vote in the Senate. And as you point out, if in fact this infrastructure bill is off the table, okay, maybe they say, you know what, never mind, don't want to do it at all. The challenge here is that if they hold out long enough, then Democrats are potentially left with absolutely nothing at all to show for it. And I think, you know, by the day, the president seems to be facing new challenges, whether it's polling numbers that are coming out of places like the Iowa poll from last week that really stuck out to me, where his approval rating had really dropped. The economy is showing some signs of shakiness that has a lot of some of the moderate Democrats that I talked to in Congress really concerned, especially heading into the midterm elections. So it's not as though the environment is making this easier. Every day that goes by, it's going to get harder.
There's no question. And the president's slumping poll numbers over the summer because COVID is up, because views of the Afghanistan withdrawal hurt his approval rating. His numbers are down anyway. You mentioned polling. This is a gauge I've used for years to look at public opinion out there. It's not polling. It's the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey. In April, it was 88.3. Americans were feeling pretty good about the direction. Early in the Biden administration, they thought COVID was getting better. They thought the economy was getting better. You look at this number now, 70.3 from April to August. That's a big drop. Number two, that number, if it's below 80, the incumbent party needs to worry. If it gets below 70, it was 68 in 2010. The Democratic first midterm of the Obama presidency, they lost 63 seats. So if you're the Democrats, you're looking at these numbers. This is not just your policy future. This is your political future.
And I think that's why progressives say we need to do this social service and climate change package, because there's so much in it that they think people will like if it happens. And that's what we're hearing from progressives, that they can't win in the midterms without this larger $3.5 trillion package. And they're dug in on that. Of course, you have some moderates who say otherwise.